I'm Kris Krohn with Limitless TV, and today we're talking about OPM, other people's money. We're talking about whether it is myth or legend or whether it's real. Is OPM real? Oh, opium? It's real. It's like a very serious narcotic, right? Actually, I don't know what I'm talking about. I've never done opium. I've never done drugs. I just said that on TV. I did. Hi. So I'm a little naive on the topic. I don't know much about opium. I know everything there is to know about OPM. Other people's money. This is, in my world, in the financial world, this is something that you get to become an expert of. To succeed in business, there are some things that you want to know. Here's why OPM is such a big conversation piece in our world. We live in a time when everyone's trying to figure out how to do everything by themselves. Most things, it takes money to make money. So you're like, okay, I need money. I've got my dream. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to work at the job I don't like, and I'm going to work hard, and I'm going to set money aside, and then I will have money. Then I can do the thing that I wanted to do years earlier. And in the meantime, I was less happy and far less fulfilled because I couldn't find a way to manage my resources otherwise. OPM is a shortcut. It's an idea that says, are you willing to share? Because if you want to do it all yourself, what you're saying is, I want 100% of it all. But what if someone else brought the money and you said, I'll have 50% of it all? Would you rather have 50% of something now or wait to have 100% of something later? You know, it's really going to come down. It's situational. But in most cases, in majority ways, if you understand the velocity of money, I would rather have 50% today rather than 100% tomorrow, so to speak, because I can take that 50% and catapult that and leverage that into my next thing. OPM, other people's money, is basically an idea that says someone else has got it, and how do you get it to fund your ideas? Now, there's several different sources of OPM. One of them we're very familiar with is a bank. And unfortunately, we only think of the bank. So people are like, if the bank will give me money, I guess I can't get money, and that's it. But the reality is that you got to understand that banks are trying to service, at least in America, 400 million people. So they've got to say no to even a lot of good people and say yes for just the best, because even banks have a limited amount of money that they can invest and play with. So a bank is a very commercial approach to lending, and frankly, it's never been my most successful approach. You could do hard money. You know what hard money is? These are sharks. These are the money sharks. These are the guys, they got tail fins that look like this, and they've got really scary big jaws with teeth like this, and they say, hey, let's lend you money at 18%. Or 20%, you're like, all right, that's right underneath the usury laws. That's a lot of money. There, now it looks like a shark. And when you take a look at that 18%, if you got confidence in your idea and you can afford it, then hey, I've done deals like that before. But with time, if deals don't go according to plan and you get stuck in a hard money loan, that can hurt, right? Because banks will often lend you between 3 and 6%, maybe 8%. And out here, the money sharks are basically saying, hey, we know that you're probably good for it. Banks didn't take you. We'll take you, but we're going to charge you triple of what a bank would. So that's another option. Not my favorite option. What I really like is I really like going private. And I want to share with you the best way to go private. Private money are what I would call non-professional investors. These are people that have money in 401ks, IRAs, or other things. They're looking for their next investment, but they don't have the idea. You've got the idea, but you don't have the money. It's a match made in heaven. These kind of things are happening all the time, but they do require personal initiative because there's not really a system out there. I mean, I teach a system. I have a system. It's my partner profits course, but there's not really a system out there. So it's one of those where the charismatic or those that can communicate well or think through their business plan and can communicate it well, they're the people that are going to score the private money. I want to share with you one of my hacks today on how you score OPM the private way, the easiest way possible. Here's what I do. Figure out how to prototype your business, which another way of saying that is proof of concept. You've got an idea and you need money to launch it, but maybe you don't need a lot of money to bootstrap a really basic model. And what you're doing out there is you're getting some proof. Okay, so let me give you an idea of this. We're going to do this lemonade stand. I know you've never heard of this before, but what we're going to do is we're going to buy lemonade supplies and we're going to mix it up and we're going to sell lemonade on the side of the road on this homemade card table stand thing, and we're going to sell lemonade for $1. And you're like, I want you to invest in this idea. It's a good idea. You might have an investor that looks at your business idea that hasn't been done, and they're going to say, wow, you better be willing to give me a lot because I feel like I'm going out on a limb here. Versus, actually, I went out there, I bootstrapped, which meant I found a way to scrounge up a little bit of funds. I used a lot of sweat equity, time, and resource. I did the lemonade stand, and I did it for 30 days, and I found out, first of all, that it did work, and it was successful, and now I want to just do it bigger. You're going to have a much easier time getting money from people when you have proof. But now here's the silver lining. Who do I want you to get the money from? Your customers, the people that you have a rapport with. This is actually a really big concept in the business world that is so often underlooked. I don't know anyone that's actually out there really teaching it, because a lot of business ideas, you need 10 grand, you need 100 grand, you need $200,000. Real estate, $30,000, $40,000 a pop. These are small amounts of money. And you come in with a partner offering them, let's say 50%, and at the end of the day, who would make a great customer? First of all, if you have a little bit of proof of concept, or you've got some people that you've worked with before that have actually witnessed it, and they're like, yeah, I love your lemonade. I believe in your lemonade. It's like, hey, how about we partner up and go into business together? This is one of my hacks for actually scoring my OPM. Another way of saying it is produce a test result or a proof of concept with your ideal customer, with the people that actually would be your ideal investor as well. And those are the people that you want to serve so that you can go back and say, hey, I did this. And they're like, I know, I was there. And you're like, guess what? Check out the numbers. It's actually kind of profitable. How about we do, want to do something together? That's been something that's worked out really, really well for me. And so OPM, is it real? I live by it. It's 100% real. I got money often to buy my own real estate with, and I still use other people's money and partner up with them and walk away from half the profits because I can do it an unlimited number of times. Here's my challenge for you. Come up with an idea and find a way to get a quick proof of concept with someone that may want to partner with you so that they can witness it, experience it. Find a way to do it here in the next 90 days so that you can figure out how powerful you are. You're powerful enough to have an idea, put it out there, and then go out and pursue it a bit. And then once you have some proof of concept, go back to the same people and actually raise some capital with them and do it on a bigger scale. OPM is very, very real. It's so real that it's one of the 2 strategies that I do in my real estate all day long. I've housed it into something I call partner profits, which is all about how do you find the people that are out there with the money that can tag team with you to get these projects done, whether it's business, whether it's real estate. And if you want to learn how you can even get that $3,000 course completely for free, come check it out here in the top corner, and me and my team will walk you through what that looks like.